Thursday through Friday on FS1. Welcome back to the show, and we got a very special guest, 11-year NBA vet Randy Foye. Of course, NBA, but you're a Villanova Wildcat grade, former Big East Player of the Year. You've done it all. Thanks for being here with us. We appreciate it.
Thanks for having me. I appreciate it.
What's going on with Villanova right now, man?
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to figure out.
St. John's?
Yeah, we got a great coach.
Georgetown? What's really happening?
You got eligibility left?
We got a great coach. We should be all right. Trust me.
Okay, all right.
For sure. All right, let's talk about LeBron James, who said he had activated his playoff intensity. Lakers rallied from down 19 points in the third quarter to take down the Rockets, 111 to 106 last night. LeBron led the way with 29 points, 11 boards, and 6 assists. Lakers now back at 500 and 2.5 games back of the 8th seed. Here's LeBron after the win.
You know, we got a fresh start for us, and it's the second half of the season. You know, the trade deadline is over with. This is our squad. I'm happy with who we got. I love our squad, and I look forward to seeing how we continue to battle for the rest of the season.
Randy, do you think last night proved that LeBron can help carry this Lakers team into the postseason?
Absolutely. I think that throughout his career, he has shown that he can take less talent and do some big things on the floor. The way he played last night, I think he could do more. I want to see him do more. I want to see him score the ball more. I want to see him play like James Harden. If he play like that, he's going to bring those guys with him. Those guys, those younger guys who are walking around with bad body language. I want LeBron to shoot the ball every chance he get to show that he could put this team on his back. And if he do that, they'll be all right. But the bad thing is that they'll be the 8th seed and they will be swept by the Golden State Warriors in the first round of the playoffs.
So you don't see any chance of them getting to 7?
Nah. Because the way the Los Angeles Clippers are playing and Sacramento Kings are playing, there's no way. They're going to make them fight for every inch to get into the playoffs all the way through April.
Randy, you've been on the floor with LeBron James countless times. Do you think, though, not that he has it in, of course he can do that, but do you think he has that mindset, he has that attitude that he would take over and shoot every time up the court and be that dominant on the offensive end in terms of looking for his own shot? You
know, selfishly, as a former player and watching LeBron play, I want to see him come down every time and shoot the ball. I want him to be James Harden when Chris Paul was out. But I know that he won't do it. I watched him last night drive to the basket, get into the lane, the defense collapsed, and he kicked it out to Reggie Bullock, who knocked down a big 3 during the game. Just the way LeBron approaches the game is to make everyone else better. That's why I think the Lakers are struggling this year, because they don't have the shooters around him. These guys, you need shooters around him to be great. Like JaVale McGee is a great guy for a live guy. They just got Reggie Bullock in a trade. If those guys can make threes, they can do some great things. But if those guys don't make threes and open up the floor for him, they probably won't make the playoffs.
No, I absolutely agree with you. You got to have shooting to be able to space the floor, especially in half-court sets. And you know, LeBron, when you have a team where he's the focal point, it's going to be a little bit slower of a pace. And so I think those young guys have to get a feel for what LeBron wants to do. But I think, in part, those guys being more involved now, it comes down to those guys understanding that they're going to be here. Right, because the last couple of months before the trade deadline, all of their names have been included in trade rumors for Anthony Davis, trying to make a move to bring him over. And you know that he's represented by Clutch Sports and Rich Paul, so people are connecting the dots. But those guys in the locker room, you know, they're a little bit on edge because they don't know what their future is going to entail. But now that we're past the trade deadline, I think everybody understands that they're going to be around. This is going to be the team if they're going to make a push. Those young guys are going to have to be involved. And so I think it goes both ways in terms of the relationship between LeBron and those young guys. I think he's going to have to trust them a little more, and them in turn being able to, reassure LeBron that that trust is well placed and they'll be able to make the requisite plays when the opportunities present themselves.
Randy, how much, when you were a young player in the league and you first start hearing your name in trade rumors and all that, how long does it take you to get over that? Because they got to get over it. Hopefully they're over it now, but they have to get over that and move on. You know, how tough can that be for a young player?
Like, to be honest with you, you never get over it. Because I remember when I was in Minnesota, I was playing, and my name was in countless rumors about bringing AI. And I remember opening up, watching SportsCenter, and seeing KG saying, AI, we want you, come on. But I knew if AI was traded to the Timberwolves, I was going to the Sixers.
Right.
So that just being in the back of my mind, it just made me go out and play selfish, saying, hey, I'm going to shoot the ball every time. Every chance I get, I'm going to shoot the ball. So I think for those younger guys, they need to just look and say, hey, we're playing with greatness. and this guy's going to get us to where we need to go, and they need to jump on board.
So it makes it tougher even when you see when a teammate, you know, because obviously LeBron was tied to wanting.
In his post-game interview, he said, well, you know, these guys are going to be here for the rest of the year. And when someone says that, you know exactly what's going on. These guys are going to be here for the rest of the year. But when July 1st come around, or the draft, even the draft come around, Anthony Davis' name is going to be brought up again. And the front office, LeBron, Magic, Pelinka, those guys are going to have to sit down and make a decision what's right for the team, even if it isn't Anthony Davis, because LeBron's getting older. So they're gonna have to bring some guys in that's going to be able to help them, that's going to be able to score 20 to 25 a night. Not just one guy, but two guys to get where they want to go.
Randy, I know you've never been teammates with LeBron James, but you did have many dominant teammates, including Russell Westbrook. What's the challenge for a lot of these young players playing with someone like LeBron and trying to integrate yourself and acclimate yourself to his style of play and how he plays?
Just understanding everything's about him. Everything's about him, every single play down the court. Post-game interviews, when people see you on the down the court. Post-game interviews, when people see you on the street, hey, man, how's LeBron doing? They don't even ask about you. And you're looking like, man, I play for the team too, but how's LeBron doing? But everything's about him. And I think one thing they need to understand is that they are playing with greatness. This guy, 4-time MVP award winner, 9 finals, straight finals, just being out there and being great. You want to be a part of that. Like, I get it. You're so competitive as a young player where you're saying to yourself, hey, I was drafted number 2. He was drafted number 1. I could shoot the ball. I can handle the ball. I could do a lot of the things that he can do. But you're not LeBron. You need to learn from him, and you need to learn from this situation, because you're going to be in so many trade rumors. So many different teams are going to want you. It's something that you need to learn from and get past.
With that being said, Lonzo Ball expected to come back sometime soon. How challenging will it be for him to reacclimate himself to not only playing with LeBron, but playing with this group?
I don't think it's going to be challenging for him to come back, because he's used to it. You know, everything that goes on with his dad, he's used to the noise from outside. But I think for Luke Walton, it's challenging. You know, a guy like Josh Hart, who didn't play in the first half. You know, you play a guy like Lance Stevenson, and then Josh Hart comes in, even though I'm being biased right now.
I was going to say, you're shouting out
even though I'm being biased right now, but he comes in, and his numbers don't jump out at you. But if you look at what he did on the defensive end, offensive rebound, sacrificing his body, he had a big part of helping the Lakers win last night. So I think it's more challenging for Luke Walton to get all of those guys minutes.
Good alum. Good Villanova alum.
Definitely.
Randy, we're going to keep you around here for a little bit. Coming up, should Zion shut it down even if he's healthy? That's next on First Things First.